Hey guys, I am here to review the Feardescent Skulltimate Secrets Frankie doll. Frankie is my favorite of Monster High, and I was really excited to see that they were at Target. I thought for the longest time that Feardescent was going to be a European exclusive. It turns out it's a Target exclusive, whereas the other line seems to be on Amazon and Walmart. So as you probably noticed, Frankie is already out of the box. The reason for this is because for reviews, I like to actually get a hold of the doll and the accessories and look at them and investigate all that kind of stuff before I say anything. So this isn't an unboxing, but I will be showing you everything, including the packaging that the, what is it called? The locker came in. So as you can see, for Frankie, the front of the box, I'll pull it down here, Frankie Stein. The front of the box has artwork of them, as well as Monster High, Skulltimate Secrets, Feardescent, and some like sneak peeks as to what you might find inside. And then on the back, it has the other 4 ghouls that are in this line. It is the artwork of them, not the actual picture of the doll. This is irksome because at no point when purchasing the doll can you actually see inside. It's completely opaque. So there should be actual pictures of the dolls on the back instead of just artwork. But also, I know when you pay for artwork, you're going to use that artwork. Outside of that, it's just all the other information, including the barcode. And yeah, I can't decide who I'm going to get next, but I'm definitely leaning Laguna. Also, this is incredibly easy to remove. It's like cut a little bit of tape and then pull out the locker. Now, I own every G3 Frankie except for the Latin American exclusive, which it frustrates me, but it's fine. So I do have the first Skulltimate locker. So we're going to move Frankie out of the way and put, can I zoom out anymore? No. So as you can tell, they are essentially the exact same height, same shape, just some different colors. The colors often, it seems to be representing what the colors that are going on in the doll's color scheme. So darker blue, gray, silvery gray, blue, purple, and green for the first Frankie, whereas this kind of paler blue, 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 blue of 3 different shades, and then this see-through glitter plastic. Same way, door opens, unlocks, all that kind of stuff. Inside this locker, when you open it up, you get the inside, which is this really cool kind of electric, I'm not quite sure if it's supposed to be like a charging station, but that's the vibe I got from it. It's got these bolted on lightning bolts and these stitched hearts, and then the door has a little maybe LED light string, spark kindness mirror, a vanity of like incredibly industrial stuff. We have another instance of, are you gonna focus? Frankie and the keytar. I'm so excited for that. The makeup palette, some goodies. I would love to see these accessories eventually, particularly this hand. I think that would be a really cool accessory. And then like other bits and bobs. But it looks to be their vanity, and I think for the most part, it's going to be for each ghoul, it's going to be their vanity. So yeah, that's Frankie's. Now, if you don't know the gimmick of this line, where are my keys? There they are. The line comes with keys. You'll notice that 3 of these keys are silver plated. This is just a color reveal thing. So you take the first key that comes with the doll in here, you place it in some water, it'll reveal the color. I don't do this because it's water and I don't want to make a mess, but also I'm lazy. So for those who do not wish to do the color reveal, you can simply take the first key that you get in here and then unlock any and all of these. And for these things, I'll do this one down here. You open it and it's a locker space. I love these things, but I'm also like a smidge worried because I really like this line because it comes with a lot of accessories, particularly clothing, and I don't necessarily need or want 1,000 dolls. I want accessories. I want fashion packs. However, the only way to seemingly get these items is through also obtaining the doll. Now granted, this doll is very unique in their screening, and that is another bonus. But I would love fashion packs because as cool as these are, and as I'm planning on using them, if you were to get, of the ones that are currently out, every single doll of the line, there are 5 dolls per line. That would be 10 of these lockers. Do I have anything for, well, we'll use a doll. 10 of these lockers. And we know a neon line's coming out. And of the neon line, we know there's going to be a Frankie. We know there's going to be a Ghoulia, and we know there's going to be a, oh goodness, what is her name? Lesbian cat. What? Toralei. So given the current 2, there's probably going to be 2 others. There's going to be 5 of that line. If you live in limited space like I do, don't have a storage shed or don't have the ability to store these things, it's a lot of plastic, and I'm not entirely sure how recyclable this plastic is. Now, it's a good storage accessory, don't get me wrong. You can store dolls, various things. You could probably attach, that would be something that would be nice, if they attached handles and this could be a little carrying case. It's a lot of plastic. Now, they did incorporate a way to reuse this thing in that on the back there are these 2 areas. So if you were to screw 2 screws into the wall, you could place this on and hang it on your wall as decoration and storage. I think that's awesome. And I would like to see, I'm sure somebody will, but I would love to see somebody have like all these like lockers on a wall. I'm so curious as to how that would look. And the nice thing about these being like this is you can swap them out. You change it with the seasons, if you will, swap them out, use them as you want to. But I would like just simple clothing packs, ideally, and a bit more cardboard, so that they're bulky. They're bulky, but they're cool, but they're bulky. And given that we have 3 confirmed lines, 2 are already out, 1 we have seen sneak peeks of, I'm a little worried there's going to be a colossal ton of these, particularly because once you have the mold, it's just the coloring of the plastic at that point. So duplicating these is not difficult, which is a shame because I would like to see like different things on the doors, but here we are. So that is my tidbit about the locker. I think they're really cool. I think there is opportunity to use them. There are so many. There are so many. And so little space, at least for me. So moving on from looking at the locker, we're going to talk about the accessories that they come with. I'm going to have to pop their earrings out of their head real quick. sit you back over there. So when you open up the doll, so in this conchanger, that's not a word, in this chamber, you also get this little guide. It shows you that you can mount it to the wall. And basically instructions on how to remove the doll, how to color change. It's probably safety warnings, what should come roughly in every package. Yeah, so instructions, information for parents primarily. And then you can begin opening the various different conchambers. I keep saying that word. What? I know I'm saying, I want to say chambers. Chambers. What two words am I combining to make chambers? I don't remember exactly which ones came with which. However, I do have all the pieces. So first thing, you get the key ring. I think it was in this one. It was in one of the bigger ones. You get the key ring, and eventually once you unlock everything, you will get all 4 keys. I think these are cute. I think these are fun. One key will open any and all of these. So pick your favorite. So far my favorite is definitely this like icy blue clear one. And just make sure you have one of these so that you can always open your locker. Also, this took some time to put on, so you could probably put other things on this little key ring. You can definitely use this for something other than the keys. Oh, there it is. I was worried. I was like, there's an item missing. So let us do accessories first. Let me open up the purse because I have items stored in there. So Frankie comes with a purse this time. This is a simple hexagonal plastic purse. It does open and it will fit accessories. I had 2 accessories in here. I will show you. The first accessory is, for an accessory, it's not. It's a simple little plastic brush. It has a skullette on it. It has the ring so they can hold it. But yeah, it's like flat. It's fun. It's a plastic little brush. The second thing is their makeup compact that I adore. It does open. There we go. It opens. It has this kind of little faux mirror. It does not reflect. It's essentially just kind of gray plastic. And then on the inside, can we get that to show? Wrong way. We have the makeup. As with a lot of Mattel cosmetic accessories, it is pixelated. That isn't like a kill for me, but I know for some people the pixelation is not a favorite, but I love this thing. I would have loved a little bit more detailing, like the skullette to be painted or something, but yeah, no. Frankie also comes with 2 earrings. These are not my favorite. I don't like when the earrings are long like this and kind of, they flare out. They're weird. So one says zip with lightning bolts and a skullette, and there is no painting. They're just metallic. The other says zap. Show. Thank you. With a lightning bolt and a Frankie skullette. Frankie also came with a necklace. This is probably one of my favorite necklaces of G3 so far. There is a studded choker with a Frankie stitched heart, a chain with what I think is, hang on, I have bad eyesight. Yeah, with a lightning bolt in it, and then a longer stitched lightning bolt necklace. I love this. Again, would have liked a bit more detailing. Do like that it has a metallic sheen to it. That is nice, but I'll probably end up painting this accessory to make it, the different pieces stand out a little bit better. Frankie's headpiece is this spiky, like Statue of Liberty-esque headband. Love this. Love, love, love this. It is interesting for a playline toy, because this is not, like, I can press pretty hard. I'm not going to puncture myself. But it is sharp. Whoop. It is sharp and apparently trying to attack the camera. Yeah, for this toy, I would not suggest real young children for this accessory alone, or if you do get it for really young children, remove this accessory, because I don't know, maybe it was just me and my siblings, but somebody would have lost an eye. Again, I would have liked a little bit more detailing. I think this part of the headband being black would have been really cool. At the same time, it may have made it look actually worse when it went on the doll. And the last accessory, that isn't a clothing piece, is a little Frankenstein popsicle. It's not painted on the back, which is a shame. I like when the paint goes all the way around, but the black part I will do. It has little drips, these little squigglies, and of course a place to hold on to the popsicle. Love this. I think all of them come with like a popsicle, like a cold accessory, which made me think that this line wasn't going to drop until like December, around winter time, but you know, I'm not privy to this knowledge and I've been wrong more than once. So, onto the fabric accessory. We have a shawl thing. I don't know if I'm ever going to display these on the doll or use it as a clothing accessory for the dolls, because it would like wrap around like such, but I do think this will make a really cute accessory on like couches and beds, especially beds, like on the end of a bed. This would be so cute, and it has two different sides. It's also very soft. I really like this. The next piece is a top made out of like a vinyl-like material, similar to the 2-pack Frankie with Deuce, the jacket and the top, similar to that. I like the coloring. I'm not the biggest fan of this type of material. I don't trust it. But it's a Velcro in the back, sleeveless, little, probably crop top. Yeah, crop top on Frankie. I did not take off their first shirt to try this one on because I like their first shirt way more. Skirt. I love this skirt. It is that kind of Mattel Barbie. Oh, for a second I was like, why aren't you opening? Mattel Barbie skirt material. It is a full Velcro, so it is incredibly easy to get on and off the doll. Close back up, thank you. It is blacky gray. The only word that is coming to mind is tartan. That is not the correct word, but that's in the right realm. You have a scolette zipper with some threading around it. I have not removed the threading because I'm afraid to, so remove at your own caution. Faux zipper, very cute. Love this piece. With that being said, I would appreciate Mattel. This is not just for Monster High, but also for Barbie. Pants aren't bad. Pants should not be illegal in this universe, and it feels a bit like pants are illegal. The last piece that comes in this area that isn't on Frankie are these shoes. Now, I really love these shoes. They are black glitter jellies with lightning bolt painted on details. However, you might recognize these shoes. If you got the Ghoul Spirit pack, 6-pack. I think it was called Ghoul Spirits, but don't quote me on this. It was the 6-pack of dolls that released when G3 originally released, Frankie comes with those same pair of shoes. The difference is these are a clear green jelly instead of, or plastic instead of the black, and it doesn't come with the same lightning painted on decal on the side. Now for me, this is not a big deal. I don't mind reused accessories so long as they are drastically different when it comes to coloring and paint detail. And for me, that passes. These are drastically different. This, you can see Frankie's foot in there. This one, not so much. You can a little bit towards the top, but once you get down in here, you can't really see it. The black allows you to see more of the details than the green does, and they added an extra painted detail. So for me, these are different enough from the green ones that I don't mind them reusing the mold. For some people, that's going to be a big, like, upsetting detail because it's $30. They want all new accessories. I understand. For me, I don't mind because I do like the shape of these shoes. I like the mold of these shoes. I would like them in bunches of different colors personally. That isn't an excuse to get like real cheap though, Mattel. Just so we're saying. Oh, I forgot to mention. Just put them in. This is what the wrapper looks like. That everything comes in. I don't remember if this is what it looked like for the first wave. I think it was, but don't quote me on that. But it is like a paper that has been covered in a wax, which is recyclable and very easy to open. So now let us talk about Frankie. Let's start with the items that Frankie comes with. We'll start down here on the shoe. Let me detach them from the stand real quick. Get. There we go. Frankie comes with a long pair of shoes that are gradient from blue, like this lighter blue, to silver. The heels of these shoes are not very stable. I've seen multiple people have the same problem I have, which is that it's a little bit eh. So yeah, don't be heavy with these. This part will probably fall off after a while with play, but it's not like, you know, you're gonna stand them without stands anyway. But yeah, there is lightning bolt details all around it. I love the little screw on the bottom. This is like a screw bolt, and then it goes up and you can see there's like rope detail and bolts. Not quite sure what this is supposed to be, but it's got detail. It just needed more painting, as with most G3 shoes. Heading up, we have this skirt. It is a elastic skirt. They are not my favorite because they're not easy to use on various different dolls. It's also a material that is not my favorite. It gets peely, it gets crinkly looking. I don't remember what this is called. Also, it's not showing up quite as lovely on camera as the color actually is. Let's see if I can, no, that didn't help. But there's like blues and greens, and it's very mermaidy-esque. It's pretty, just not my favorite material. And then we have this top, which I love so much. It's so cute. It's this little white and blue kind of, I wouldn't call them like lightning bolts, but kinda. It velcros in the back. It's got this black collar that is made out of like the PVC vinyl material, and then a mesh sleeve. I think all the dolls in this line have a shirt with a mesh sleeve, and it's so cute. Mesh sleeve. Frankie does have all the articulation, including the chest joint. But yeah, I love this top. I wish this was a different material, but I understand what they were going for. It's not my favorite piece, but it's pretty to look at, so. And then the shoes, which I love these shoes. Moving on to the doll, we'll leave the elephant in the room for last. Let us look at, can we zoom in? Wrong way. So, Frankie has their eyebrow piercing, which they put glitter on. Don't understand why, because it's not great. It doesn't look great, and glitter is hard to remove from a doll if you're not using acetone, so I'm just like, well, why? Who made that choice? They of course still have their heterochromia. They have blue eyeshadow and blue eyeshadow on the bottom with this really pretty silver glitter. I love it. They've got their stitch, and then they have these gray lipstick with glitter lips. I'm not sold on the glitter lips, simply because it's not done well. I would have preferred something a little bit more opaque. I think it would have looked better. I'll have to see some of the other dolls and how the glitter lips looks on them. But for me, it's not selling it. However, the eyeliner is, and I think if I went in with a dark gray lipstick, that would bring this entire thing together and really, really sell this look. They look a little bit wonky on the camera. They don't look as wonky in person though. And then possibly one of my favorite things with this Frankie, hang on, is their prosthetic, there we go, is glittered. Look at that. How fun is that? Now, it does lose some of the details that comes with Frankie's prosthetic, but they're all there. It's just lost in the light coloredness of the plastic. And then you can see the hinge. I love that. Some people probably won't like that, but I think that's fun. It reminds me of the zombie dolls where you can kind of see their little bones. It's fun. But yeah, I'm wanting more stuff like this with Frankie's prosthetic, possibly even seeing a different looking prosthetic, not just changing the color of the plastic. Putting on these longer shoes are always a little bit more difficult. So let's talk let's zoom out. There we go. Let's talk the elephant, which is, Frankie does indeed have, again, polypropylene hair. This is a turnoff for a lot of people for understandable reasons. One is it's a difficult hair fiber to work with. It's not particularly easy to style. It's stiffer than like saran. It's definitely stiffer than nylon. But yeah, at least this polypropylene here is not super dry. This one has some softness to it. I only get the dryness when I get down towards the bottom. But because they use polypropylene, the bangs aren't setting quite how I would like them. I'm going to have to give them a little trim. But yeah, this is understandably going to be one of those things that is probably going to be a big turnoff because the entire Feardescent line is polypropylene. And I feel a sneeze. It's going to be fun watching that back because I'm holding the doll, so I'm curious if Frankie was there the entire time like... Now, what I find interesting is this Frankie's hair is pretty soft. Like, it's not perfect. It's not saran. I'm not going to say like, oh, it's as soft as saran. It's not. It definitely needs a conditioning. I have not done any of that yet. It needs a washing. But the nature of the type of white they used, you are going to be able to see the rooting. It is not that Frankie is poorly rooted. It's that this is almost, it's less white and more clear and see-through. But yeah, it is not the worst. It has some softness to it. Unlike this Frankie. From the first one, Frankie has a little hat head. Please be nice to them. This polypropylene doesn't have the same level of softness, and it's weird. And I don't know if it's just because like it's straighter, doesn't have that blue. I don't know. It's a little bit drier. So all of my polypropylene ghouls are in need of a good condition and a little bit of boil washing and all that kind of stuff. I've just been lazy. So we will put the hat back on Frankie. Move the hair out of the eyes. Back over there. So yeah, it's not the worst. I think it might be a higher grade polypropylene. But understandably, if you are not down for that, it is what it is. So yeah, black, the white, again, is almost see-through. Like, well rooted, just very, very clear. And then in the back, we have this beautiful shade of blue that really, I think, frames the face of the doll. And just gives it that like blue glowing hue from the back, and I think it's very pretty. I will say that in person this doll is not as blue as it is showing up on camera. I think the mixture of blue lighting, white filter balancing has left this Frankie looking incredibly blue, but it's not that blue in person. There is a lot more white going on. There is a lot more paler colors, pastel even. But yeah, if you like Frankie, don't mind the $30 price point, don't mind the locker, and don't mind the polypropylene hair, I really like this Frankie. They're incredibly pretty. I like basically all the accessories that Frankie comes with the exception of really this skirt. The pieces don't match that well, but I mix and match from all sorts of dolls anyways when it comes to my dolls, and having more shoes, having more outfits allows for a lot more like play, dress up, restyling, all those kind of things. So yeah, I like this Frankie. If you have this Frankie, if you've picked them up, what are your thoughts? Did you find the polypropylene to be a little bit more soft? Was yours dry? How was the bangs on your Frankie? Did you have to fix them? Was your Frankie wonky? I've seen some wonky Frankies come out of these boxes. With that, Frankie and I will wish you a wonderful morning, evening, or good night, wherever you are.